Hey everybody, Don here again. It's day 2 of the New Hampshire muzzleloader season. And it was supposed to rain all day, but it stopped a couple of hours ago. And looks pretty nice. A little bit breezy. I was going to go into the swamp stand, but I decided against it just because of the way the wind's coming. So I'm going to poke. I'm going to go into where I had my climber last year. Had a lot of good action in there last year. And there's a lot of good sign. It's probably grown up a lot, but we're just going to poke in there and see what it looks like. Well, stick around. Beautiful night to be in the woods. Pretty cool. Well, you can see how tall that's gotten in 1 year. I mean, you need to be up above so you can shoot down. So you're not going to shoot through that stuff. This side doesn't look like it's grown up quite as much. But I'm going to go sit up on that knob. Now I can look down. So being my first trip out, I forgot a few things. But what I'm doing is I'm sitting on the side of this hill. My tree stand used to be right over there. There's a ridge that drops off, and there's a trail that runs right along that ridge. There's a gap over here where the deer come up through that gap. I'm a little too close to it for my own liking, but I'm hoping the bucks will cruise this ridge like they did last year. I might do a little rattling and a little calling and see if something comes up. I can actually use this tree as a pretty good rest. The wind is kind of blowing this way, which was wrong for the swamp. But it's not bad for here, because I expect the deer to come from either here, this way, or here, this way. With the wind blowing across like this, it's pretty good. I've bent the branches down to give me a little cover, break out my outline. I'm going to sit tight. So a little while ago, pretty sure it was a young bear just over that point, and I was hoping he'd come this way. I didn't do any calling. I don't know if the camera could pick him up. I doubt it. I have it on 2x magnification, but he went across that ridge, and I think he dropped down. Didn't look very big. If I was to shoot a bear, I would want it to be at least 150 pounds. I'd really rather hold out for a 200+ pound bear. Those 150 pound ones are good eating though. I just got a text from my nephew Luke. I don't know if you can see this, but this is his son Samuel. And that is his 3rd mule deer buck, and that thing is a big one. Looks like a beautiful wide 4x4. Isn't that awesome? Awesome. Congrats, Samuel. That's awesome. I can see a tree getting pushed side to side over there, like a buck's rubbing on it. just a few minutes ago, probably about 100 yards away, I saw a tree going whoo, 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 like a buck was rubbing on it. Just did a little light rattling. We'll see how it happens. The tree looks like it's right on the edge of that trail. I'm really hoping he doesn't come up that trail and try to get my wind. I'd much rather have him come this way. But that's a very distinct possibility. It's after 5. I've been sitting in this spot for about an hour and a half. Saw a little bear. I'm sure he won't show up on the camera because I could just see his back. And he went over this way. And a little while ago I saw this tree just going whoo, 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 whoo. And I could see the top of it. It's probably 100 yards away. I did a little rattling, a little calling. I was thinking it was a buck rubbing on a tree. But I don't know. I'm getting a little antsy. So I'm going to poke over that way and see if I can find a fresh rub on a tree. Might have been the wind, but boy, it sure looked like that treetop was moving side to side much more than the wind would cause. So I got about an hour before sunset. And I'm just going to poke along this ridge top and head over towards that tree and see what I can see. It's the tree I had my tree stand in. Totally forgot I left my safety rope on this tree because I intended on coming back here this year. Last year when I was in that tree, I had a little buck come right down through here. He went down off the corner and then down over this ravine. That looked like to be the same way that bear was going. Well, that was an eventful night for me. Probably not so much for you because I don't think you could see that bear. I don't think there's any way it's going to show up on the GoPro. But that was cool. And then when I headed over to that tree that I thought was getting rubbed on, I didn't find any rubs over there. I think it was a skinny little tree with a big leaf cluster at the top. And I think that was just blowing in the wind. So, fooled me, but definitely got my heart pumping a little bit when I thought there might be a buck within proximity of where I was at. Definitely walked farther than I should have tonight. That's all right. Got to see what my limitations are going to be. So probably won't get out again until next weekend. But until then, thanks for coming along. Peace. See you next time.